Big day yesterday. Massive day in Major League Baseball history. Not only just Cardinal history, but Major League Baseball history. And Joshua Baez, what a game. And actually hit close here for everybody because he was at Wrigley Field playing versus the Baby Bears. And he becomes the first player in MLB history to homer in each of his first 3 career at bats. That first one was an absolute no doubter.
It was a monster.
Was 449 first pitch. Now, first of all, that's just an incredible day for at any point in your career. It's an incredible day. I proposed this question because I saw Bob Nightingale post it, and we even posted it on our socials. But was that the greatest MLB debut in the history of Major League Baseball?
It's got to be, doesn't it?
I don't know how you get any better. I'd have to go do some looking, but I can't think of one today, and I've been watching baseball for quite some time.
Yeah. Poor Matthew Boyd.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah.
7 runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, and 5 1/3. I believe he gave up all 3 homers
on 3 different pitches.
So, what was crazy about it was they were all 3 to all 3 different parts of the field, like center, then pull, and then that last one was Oppo. But it was his pure power. Now, there's no doubt that this dude has power. There's no doubt because he's did this in AAA. I'm not sure what his statistics were in AAA. Let's see, in 2025, high APR, AA Springfield, he had 287 with a 384, 20 bombs, 54 steals too. Now that's not going to carry over in the pros as far as that, because if he's really hitting this many home runs, they're going to tell him, chill out. He cut his career strikeout rate from 34.4 to 20.6. And then in 2026 at AAA Memphis, he led the organization with 33 bombs, 87 RBIs, and added 20 steals. He ranks as the 3rd prospect for the Cardinals, 59th overall at his call up. But my question to both of you, and it's proposed right here, is he a future superstar, or are we overreacting? That was just one game. Like, it is a superstar going to be legit? Let's talk 3-4 years down the road. Is he going to be a superstar, or is he going to be a high strikeout, low average, hoping he hits power? Because if he doesn't hit power, he's useless type player.
No, I think he's got all the potential in the world. He's shown it. Obviously, as a Cardinal fan, you and I, we follow it pretty close. But up until 2024, he was just skyrocketing through the organization on the lower level all the way up. AA, I believe, is where he got hurt. And he spent the last year and a half, 2 years trying to recover. And then last year, it was kind of a little resurgence, kind of put his name back on the map. Everybody was almost, willing to label him as a bust. Had a good year last year, and then absolutely just came out firing this year. You've got 34 home runs midway through the season, over 80 RBIs in AAA. Yeah, everybody's going to say, "Oh, well, anybody can do that." You're talking AAA. If they can, why aren't they? You've got a guy that's got absolute raw power. Yeah, okay, people's going to complain because he strikes out a lot. Well, guess what? You're going to strike out. It's going to happen. But the difference in AAA and the majors is you've got just as good, if not better, hitters right there in that lineup with him, with Walker and Burleson. You have those 3 back-to-back in whatever, order you want. As a pitcher, I don't want to pitch to those 3, especially with what they're doing. So they're going to have to throw him more strikes at times. Nobody's going to want that. Or they're going to have to do it to Burleson, who in the last 2 years has been one of the better hitters in the National League, if not the majors. And then Walker, who's, finally having, a season that everybody thought he could. So if he continues on, this guy could be the next big thing. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Pujols, but you put that power in that lineup with those two, and then whatever else you put around him. I mean, obviously we got young guys coming up as well that's still down there. You know, we got Bernal who's coming up, but you could put those three anywhere in the lineup, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And I don't know that any pitcher's really going to want to pitch to those.
Justin.
Okay, so let's back up a minute. So up till 24, he was skyrocketing through the minors, right? Was that in 23 when he batted 218 in single A, or was that 22 when he batted 237 in single A? I'm going to say temper the expectations just a little bit. Was that 21 to 24 when he had single-digit home runs every year? So this skyrocketing through the majors, let's back down just a little bit.
Nobody said skyrocketing through the majors, Bub.
Or through the minors. Okay. Let's back off that just a little bit and temper the expectations. You even look at 2025 last year when he started to put it together. Yeah. I mean, he lowered his strikeout rate, which is huge, but is 280, 20 home runs, and 80 RBIs. Is that elite to you?
How many people are actually looking at stats when they're judging what they're going to be in the minor leagues? Because the minor's all about development.
No. I'm just asking a question. But when you say skyrocketing and taking off, you look at guys hitting
220, hitting 240, hitting 250, whatever in low A ball, in single A. That doesn't really. I mean, to me, that don't tell anything. It's what you're doing in the fields, what you're doing on the bases. It's are you striking out?
But none of us.
Well, obviously, he was.
None of us are watching those games.
But it's all about development. Lower ball is about developing. That's what it is. It's what is it? Is he putting the ball in play? Is he doing the right things? Is he not?
122 strikeouts in single A is not putting the ball in play.
Hey, that happens. Guess what, guys? Anybody who
says
anything
I'm just saying,
about strikeouts in baseball is absolutely
there's nothing that's telling you that this guy is going to be a superstar. Does he have potential to be a solid contributor? Absolutely. But I look at a guy, and I made the joke earlier, but the more I looked at it, I said, this guy's another Javi Baez, but not as valuable, because Javi Baez is going to play defense with the best of them, and your Baez is not going to do that. He doesn't play defense like Javi.
Talking about the flash in the pan Javi Baez, who hadn't been relevant in 5 years. I mean,
I'm just saying, yeah. No, I think that's what you're looking at.
That's
you got
asinine. Let's just stop there,
John,
because you have what did Javi do other than play defense and he was a good glove? How are you going to compare that to a monster of an outfielder who he's built like a
What do you expect him to produce at the?
I'm not even going to say anything, but
what do you expect him to produce? I mean, if he hit 20 to 25, or do you think he's a 30+ home run guy in the majors?
Why would he not be a 30+ homer guy at all?
Because other than this year, nothing's told me he's going to be.
Well, I mean, he hit 25 last year, right?
That's 2025. That's Javi Baez.
That's cute. How many games did he play? I'm sure that he was injured.
Well, he had 495 plate appearances. That's pretty solid.
I'm just saying, this guy is a 30 home run guy.
One time. That's the definition of a flash in the pan.
Well, if you call what he did the first half of this year and then what he did last night against Matt Boyd and your beloved Cubs, a flash in the pan, I'll take that any day.
Okay, let's talk about today. 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts.
That's going to happen. You're talking. He just got called up yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was phenomenal. It was a great debut. But
okay.
Do you think until he gets comfortable in that lineup? Do you think until he gets all the jitters worked out? Do you think he's going to be coming up and just smashing 40 home runs the second half of the season? No.
I mean, when you're talking about the expectations,
that's why they called him up now,
John,
to get him ready for the next year.
This is what I expect from you. A Cardinals guy comes out, gets called up, does something good. He's the greatest.
Any prospect.
Any prospect that's called up by the Cardinals, this is what you do. If you have a guy like James Wood last year who got called up, he immediately had impact and is now the third-ranked fantasy player this year. That's elite talent.
So was the first 2.5 months of hitting 180 elite for him this year? Because no, it wasn't. Guess what? In baseball, you have stretches.
Everything everything told you he was going to be that guy. 2 years ago, the Cardinals, he was going to be the next thing for Washington. Everything told you. So
What did? Because he was. I mean,
yeah, his numbers told you they were. 2 years ago, the Cardinals were writing off.
Tell me.
2 years ago, the Cardinals were writing off Baez. They dropped him from their own top prospect rankings, John.
Well,
that does not tell you he's skyrocketing through nothing.
Baseball sets that. The Cardinals don't set
I didn't say the Cardinals.
Yeah, you did. You just said they dropped him from their own rankings.
He was dropped off the radar. Yeah. You even said that he was labeled potentially a bust
because of the injuries. You're 100%. If you're going to quote me, quote everything.
His numbers don't tell you otherwise either.
His what?
So his numbers don't tell you anything otherwise. And don't say it's about development because you're not watching that game. You're not watching his single A, double A, triple A games, so you don't know what he's developing. You go and you look at their numbers.
That's what single A is for. That's what double A is for. That's what triple A is for. It's for.
So how do you, John Stomar, how do you grade if a guy's progressing or not? Because you're not watching the games. You go look at their numbers. Do you not?
Yeah.
Okay, because earlier you said nobody looks at their numbers in the minor leagues.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
It's exactly what we do.
What I just said was you're not going to read their numbers and say this guy's going to be a stud in single A. That's exactly what I said. I mean, I'm not looking at single A numbers for nothing other than what's he doing now. Because if that's
Kyle Schwarber, when he got to single A,
you would write.
I looked at his numbers and said this dude's a stud.
Prospect as soon as they get drafted.
Kyle Schwarber, they joked about him being called up the year he was drafted. Like, it was stupid. That's what a stud does.
I mean, there's several guys that's been drafted and then called up. I mean, Christian Moore was too, but look at him. He's right back down in the minors. Some of them aren't ready, but that's the thing.
Baez was never that guy.
That's what the minors are for. The minors develop you.
But Baez was never that guy.
There's a reason why the Cardinals waited till now to pull him up. Not only just to retain his rookie of the year status for next year, but also they're giving him the runway for the next half of the season to be able to prepare him for next year. Because opening day, he's going to be in the starting lineup and he's going to be out in the outfield and he's going to be ready to roll. That's what you do.
Is he a top tier middle? Is he a top tier superstar to you?
I said,
you think he's an all-star caliber?
I said he's got the potential to be. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
So here's okay. The whole reason why the success is in an uptick is because he cut his strikeout rate by 14 points. Mm-hmm. And absolutely, yeah. I mean, you're going to have to do that. These big power guys, the ones who strike out a ton, it's just, unless you're an Aaron Judge, you can kind of keep those strikeout rates and still be elite. Joshua Baez is not going to be able to do that like Aaron Judge is doing because Aaron Judge is a unicorn type player. Yeah. So the real question is, will he keep his strikeout rate down? Because if he doesn't, it's going to end up being a 210, 220, maybe get 30 home runs, but he's going to strike it over 200 times, 70 RBI. Even like right now, you mentioned Kyle Schwarber. I respect what he does now. He strikes out a ton, but he's hitting 40, 50 bombs. They lead him off sometimes because he walks so much.
It's ridiculous.
Is Joshua Baez's walk rate going to stay up? Is he going to walk? Those are all very important questions that we have to know what he's going to do here in the majors. And I do like what John did say is we do have some guys around him that could protect him if Jordan Walker is this Jordan Walker. That's a whole debate in its own. We've had it multiple times. But I do like Alec Burleson. I don't know why he's like the most underrated player that we've had in a long time. If you look at his stats, he's legitimately a 280, 340, 350 on base, 25 home run guy. However, he can't do it on his own. That's not going to carry a team.
No.
He needs Jordan Walker. He needs JJ Weatherholt to continue. He needs those things. So my thing is, obviously they kept him in Memphis till the deadline passed on purpose. So he's a rookie again in 2027. That's the whole reason why they did this. And it took forever to bring him up.